On the show today, he's one of Liberty University's greatest athletes and an Olympic hopeful. But we'll show you what the motivation is behind track star Sam Chalenga's success.
And we introduce you to perhaps the best shooting siblings in all of college basketball. So get ready, Game On starts right now.
Welcome to Game On alongside Britton Lynn. I'm Matt Warner. Admit it, you missed us. Nothing wrong with that. You know, Britton, we've covered a lot of stories on the show this year, but perhaps none have been as enjoyable as the Liberty men's basketball team.
Yeah, absolutely. They have exceeded all expectations. That's exactly where we're going to start today. Coach Richie McKay and gang have continued to impress, adding to that 6-game win streak. But on Saturday, the team also hoped to break the curse at Longwood. The last time the Flames won in Farmville, Jimmy Carter was president. Gloria Gaynor just released her Billboard #1 hit, I Will Survive. Oh yeah, and the Dustbuster was just invented. Let's get to the highlights. Liberty started off with a bang after a Lavelle Capel step-back J. Longwood followed that with a three-pointer. Liberty with a 34-27 lead into halftime, shooting 48.3% and 40% from the three-point range. Holmesley and Dawson both with 13 points in the game. Talbert with a long shot. It's blocked, and Longwood gets a score from that. Then Longwood with a steal, leading to LeBeau's score, making it a 2-point game. 3:30 left, a long three from Holmesley. Longwood trying to keep that home win streak alive with one last chance to tie. Misses, and Liberty gets their first ever win at Willett Hall. Flames proving to the Big South they're a team to be reckoned with.
You don't know if your offense is always going to be there, but defense is always there. Defense travels, so having our defense there to be our anchor, that's what really helped us.
I think we know who we are. Our identity is we're trying to be good on the defensive end, be hard to play against. We're fairly unselfish on the offensive end, and that was indicative of 18 assists. And last but not least, I want our guys to have fun.
And it's always fun when you win. Well, in the long and very successful history of the Liberty Track and Field program, one athlete rises above the rest. His name is Sam Chalenga, and his road to Liberty and beyond has been not traditional or easy, but one thing it has been is inspired. With each step that he runs, he does so for a far greater purpose than himself. United States Olympic hopeful Sam Chalenga runs for his country. He runs to provide for his family, and he runs to help a village.
I just remember when I was a kid, we used to live in these two little huts, and there was a big one, that's where my parents lived, and then there was a small one where us kids lived.
The 11th of 12 children, Sam was born to peasant farmers in rural Kenya. And much like basic necessities in this part of the world, opportunity was scarce.
There used to be a British Airways plane that went through the village, and I always used to say, I want to get on that plane, and go somewhere. One thing that motivated me was, I figured that, I could probably be a peasant and feed myself, but then I felt like I had a potential.
Potential for a better life, not just for himself, but also for his community.
There were so many people surrounding me that needed help. I would never forget, my sister looked at me and said, you can't give up. Like, you're one of the only people that can bring change, not to us, but to other people. So I promised myself that I would just push so that I can help other people.
The way out was a running scholarship, but there was one problem. He wasn't very good at it.
I was not a runner at all, I was just like any other kid.
Sam decided to give the sport a shot anyway, but early struggles left him discouraged.
You get to a point where you question yourself. You're like, maybe God just wants me to, live my village life simple, be a peasant like my parents.
But he persevered, and the many miles on the dusty Kenyan roads finally paid off. He got a scholarship to a university in New Jersey. Sam would finally board that British Airways plane he had always dreamt about as a kid. Life as a college athlete would bring about new opportunities, but also new distractions. Sam soon found himself losing focus about why he came to America in the first place.
And then all of a sudden, I just felt like I wasn't meant to come and just chill here and just do nothing, I felt like something was missing.
Sam missed the spiritual support village life had provided. His current university helped him on the track and in the classroom, but he needed more. and so he decided to transfer to Liberty University.
People can tell you how to fix like a math problem, but they can't tell you how to fix your faith, So that's what changed at Liberty. I felt like I didn't have any worry at all.
With the new start, Sam excelled on the track. He'd finished his Liberty career as a 4-time NCAA champion and as the collegiate record holder in the 10,000 meters. He'd also meet his wife, Mary Beth, while at LU. When collegiate running came to an end, he transitioned to life as a professional athlete. With his newfound stability, Sam wanted to fulfill his promise of helping his village in Simo Hills, Kenya.
Even just to say I went pro, that's big, I should be somewhere else working, in an office, doing something else. And so I feel like since I'm okay, it just makes sense to actually not just talk about helping people and start doing it.
And he did that by helping with his community's biggest need, clean water. A lack of access to clean water has led to illness and even death in Kenya. So Sam is leading an effort to provide water filters and clean restroom facilities in Simo Hills. It's just one way he's using his platform for greater good. As Sam continues to excel in the sport of professional running, he feels pride and a sense of gratitude to the country he now calls home.
I felt like I finally I'm on the right track and everything seems fine, and I just felt like the last time I felt that was like when I was a kid, and it had something to do with America.
Sam decided he wanted to become a United States citizen and try to represent the U.S. in the Olympics. It would be a long 5-year process, but in the summer of 2015, he finally reached his goal.
It's the best finish line that I had ever crossed so far. That's how I feel. I feel like finally I'm a place that I call home.
Now Sam has his sights set on his next target, the Rio Olympics.
There's no magic at all, I'm just gonna work hard. That's very important. And I'm gonna listen to my coach and just be ambitious.
It seems that God had bigger plans for this peasant farmer from Kenya after all. Thanks to our own Jonah Jabor for producing that piece. Well, despite not qualifying for the Olympics in the marathon this past weekend, Sam's best shot is still ahead. He'll run in the 10,000 meters in July, hoping to punch his ticket to Rio. And of course, he'll be running with his homeland in mind. And if you'd like to learn more or donate to help Sam's Clean Water Initiative, head over to his website, helpsimohills.org.
Well, in just a week, Josh Woodrum and John Lunsford will become the first ever Liberty football players since Rashad Jennings in 2009 to compete at the NFL Scouting Combine. Former Flames quarterback Josh Woodrum finished his career as Liberty's all-time record holder in passing yards, completions, and attempts. The QB also ranked second in the Big South history, finishing with a grand total of 10,690 offensive yards. Lunsford, aka Legatron, nice kick there, pretty impressive as well, finishing as the NCAA FCS career record holder with 12 field goals over 50 yards. Liberty's all-time leader in extra points spoke with us about perfecting his craft before the combine begins February 23rd.
Consistency and the accuracy is what they're extremely concerned about, but to be honest, I'm not too concerned about that. I've been working really hard with my kicking coach Brandon Kornblue with Kornblue Kicking. I'm pretty confident, and he's really confident too, that I'm going to show him that I can be accurate and I am accurate, and that I'll definitely come out and show what I can do.
And we wish the best of luck to both Lunsford and Woodrum next week. Speaking of Liberty football, the team has released its 2016 schedule, and to say that it's loaded is an understatement. The Flames kick things off on September 3rd down the road in Blacksburg, Virginia, as they take on the Virginia Tech Hokies. From there, they return to Lynchburg for their home opener against Jacksonville, followed by a second FBS opponent in SMU. And Liberty welcomes in last year's national runner-up Jacksonville State. They'll then face Robert Morris before opening up Big South play, and finally they round out the schedule with that old rival Coastal Carolina, who will be playing as an independent in 2016.
Headed to baseball now. Opening weekend's finally here for the Liberty baseball team as the Flame Train travels to Tampa, Florida, taking on the South Florida Bulls. Liberty returns 17 players from last year's 33 and 22 squad. The team also welcomed 18 newcomers. The Flames picked to finish third in the Big South preseason poll, and right now Matt's standing by with Coach Jim Topin.
Yeah, standing by with the head coach, Jim Toman, in your 9th season here at Liberty.
Wow, it's going fast.
Has it gone fast for you?
Sure has.
The season begins this weekend for you guys down in Tampa, Florida. The weather, I'm told, is going to be beautiful, so I'm sure you're looking forward to that. Yeah. I've listened to you talk about this team a few times, and you haven't shied away from saying there's just something a little bit different about these guys. What is it? Can you put your finger on it?
I don't know. I liked all the teams I had previously, but these guys just seem like they have a better work ethic, and they get along better, and they have a lot of fun. We want it to, we want to win baseball games, but we want to have fun doing it. We want them to have a good college experience, but man, these guys have just, it seems like we have a brotherhood there, and it's going to be something that we're looking forward to, and I really feel the makeup right now of the team is awesome.
When I think back to last year, the driving force, at least for me, was the 3 lefties you had in your rotation. As you look at this team, what do you think will kind of be the identity of this squad, or what do you maybe hope will be the identity?
Yeah, well, we're in the same boat as everyone across the country trying to figure that out early in the season. There's not much time to get ready in college baseball, but we have an idea who we want to throw this weekend, but it could change, in the second weekend of the season. But it looks like this weekend we'll start Carson Herndon, who hasn't pitched in a while for us because he got hurt. But he's very experienced, and he's a very good competitor. And you just feel at ease when you put him out there because you know what you're going to get. He's going to compete. And Victor Cole, who was our Saturday guy last year, who threw a lot of innings, will probably go Saturday. And then Michael Stafford, who's pitched quite a bit in relief, started a few midweek games, he'll probably go Sunday. So we're looking at senior, junior, starting the weekend rotation, which is always good to have them older guys with a little bit of experience who've gone through it. So.
Now, on the other side, the offensive side of the game, you guys lost, by my count, 24 of your 40 home runs off of last year's squad. How do you replace that pop? Are there some guys that are just a year older you feel like can step up, and do you have some new guys that maybe add to that as well?
We have a few new guys, and the guys that have come back look a little bit better. And, we're undefeated right now, so I think we're really good. I feel good about them. But the inter squads we had in the fall, we swung the bat well. We have 4 or 5 guys that have a lot of experience, and they have mature at bats, and they're going to work the count, and it's not going to be a 2 or 3 pitch at bat. We have a lot of guys that I have a feeling their walk to hit by pitch to strikeout ratio is going to be really good, which is always good. We can run some pitch counts up, and then we have a few new guys that look really good in the fall. So when you put them together, I think we can find 9, 10, 11 guys that are going to swing the bat well. So we kind of like our lineup right now.
You mentioned the new guys. Quickly, are there 2 or 3 guys that we haven't seen yet that you think could have a big impact on your squad?
Well, we have a freshman, DJ Artist, who'll probably start in the outfield for us. He was drafted by the Red Sox last year from North Carolina. He's going to be in the lineup right away. Okay, Eric Grabowski, junior college kid who's going to pitch and play second base. He can swing the bat, and he throws sidearm. He's going to be a setup or closer guy for us. Dylan Allen started as a freshman 2 years ago.
He's good as a freshman.
Yeah, he was hurt. So he had to sit out all last year. He's back in the lineup. So we have a few guys, a few new guys, and then we have our veterans too. But I like this group.
Coach, good luck at South Florida. Enjoy the weather. Come back with a couple of wins, and I know we'll talk to you throughout the season.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot, Matt.
Britton, we'll send back over to you.
Dot Richardson and her Lady Flames have won 2 of the last 3 games, including an 8-0 shutout to Stetson on Saturday. That win thanks to freshman Julia DiMartino, who tossed a no-hitter, striking out 5, walking 1. DiMartino, just the 2nd freshman in Liberty softball history to throw a no-hitter. Chase Cassidy also picked up her first career win against Morgan State earlier that day. Flames underclassmen on a roll opening weekend. The Big South even named Liberty catcher Alexia Taylor Player of the Week. The sophomore batted .400 with 2 doubles and 6 runs, scoring Liberty's only run against Chattanooga. Later against Bethune-Cookman, Taylor batting 2 for 3. And get this, Taylor's now the first Lady Flame to post a 6-game hitting streak at the start of the season since 2005. Coming up, they may be the best shooting siblings in all of college basketball. We sit down with Jamie and Matthew FisherDavis.
And Rhett joins us for Warm, Hot, and Fuego. That's when Game On returns.
The experience we just had was a mock homicide. They used fetal pigs to demonstrate the decomposition body. A lot of people never had this experience before. I've never had this experience before, but it was just kind of getting a hands-on experience and learning experience, very practical learning of how police officers go through this investigative detail. It was a lot of detail work that I wasn't sure about, a lot of new things that I'd never experienced before.
My role today was kind of overall scene coordinator for, I guess, Site 3, teaching a little bit there at the beginning of the students of what to do, how to work a scene step by step, and then just kind of watching and monitoring and offering advice while they process the scene.
This is a linkage of local police departments and criminal justice students from Liberty University, where we set mock crime scenes, and today we set 6 mock crime scenes in a little bit different manners, and we use a portion of woods, and we bring groups of students, 5 to 6, maybe 8 students in the woods with the local agencies, and teach them how to look at the crime scene, how to analyze the crime scene, how to do a search, and look for evidence. And so these are professionals that have been on the job probably 20 plus years, sharing with our students, criminal justice students, their job and what they've been doing for 20 years. And so it's a great linkage between our local agencies here and our students.
I think this exercise is very realistic. These exercises are run very similar to how they run their exercises at the Virginia Forensic Science Academy, and when they're training us to do our jobs. So, you know, they're a very good representation of what we see.
Well, I think any criminal justice major especially should do whatever they can to be a part of this. And I would definitely say anyone going into this major or any kind of major like this definitely needs to get a hands-on experience like this one today so that they can know what they're getting themselves into.
Over the past decade, applications to Liberty have increased over 900%, making us the most popular university in America. Surprised? We're not. Liberty's mission has always been training champions for Christ. With that goal in mind, we strive for excellence in everything we do. Classes are taught by professors with real-world experience, and students graduate prepared to impact the world for Christ, whatever their career. So many others have already discovered Liberty. Isn't it time you did too?
Well, Liberty senior guard Jamie FisherDavis has dominated on the court this season, and it's no surprise considering she comes from a basketball dynasty. That's right, mom, dad, and brothers are all successful basketball athletes. Now the question is, who's the best shooter in the FisherDavis family?
Every time I shoot, I just expect it to go in.
So, Jamie FisherDavis, you can see it a mile away.
Liberty senior guard Jamie FisherDavis is a shooting specialist. In fact, this season, 75% of her shots have been from beyond the arc.
If I make a shot, if I make 2 shots, I'm just like, no, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
FisherDavis wide open.
That's way too much space to give a shooter.
Since coming to Liberty, Jamie has made more than 100 threes and counting.
I have enough confidence in myself to know, like, Jamie, every shot you take, you're gonna hit. So when I just hit 3 threes in a row, I'm just like, wow, like, I'm feeling it. Like, I could shoot from half court and make it right now, you know what I mean?
Where does she get all those long-range skills? Well, it's been in the family business for decades.
My mom played at UNC Wilmington, and growing up, my dad played basketball, and he was kind of the one who got me and my brothers started with it.
Jamie has 2 younger brothers, Matthew and Jacob. Matthew is in his 2nd season at Vanderbilt. His freshman year, he made a team-high 71 threes, the most by any freshman in the SEC. And Matthew credits the FisherDavis family pickup games for the success he and his big sister Jamie have earned.
I enjoyed it. My mom's real competitive, my dad's real competitive. They really didn't take things lightly on us. I mean, it was always a challenge.
And it stayed competitive when Jamie and Matthew played one-on-one at first.
I'd probably beat him a little more than he beat me. But now it's just like, no, I'm not going to play you one-on-one because you're so much taller than me. You're so much faster than me. Like, no, I'm not playing. Like, he would kill me today if we play one-on-one. Our whole household, we're a family of athletes. We don't like to lose. It doesn't matter what we're playing. We play spades all the time. Like, we'll talk trash to each other. No, I'm not losing.
FisherDavis.
While Jamie and Matthew are both great shooters, they have very different personalities on the court.
Growing up, it was just always kind of like, don't show emotion. So, like, if you see my brother play, he's straight-faced no matter what. Like, he could come down and, like, make the biggest three, like... straight face.
I don't know if carefree is the word, but I mean, she really just embraces moments and doesn't really take anything for granted.
So, who's the best shooter in this family of shooters?
I'm definitely the best shooter in the family.
Probably our mom, to be honest with you. But between us two, I'd say me.
My parents would tell you I'm the best shooter in the family, but Matthew would say he shoots better than me, but he doesn't.
But the best may be yet to come in 12-year-old Jacob, the youngest FisherDavis.
I mean, he's real good, works really hard. He is a jumper as well. I mean, I think he'll probably be the best one out of all of us.
The question of who is the best shooter in the FisherDavis household will be debated for decades, but expectations for each shooter are always the same.
We expect to make shots. We're not like shooting, hoping it's going in. If I shoot and I'm like, please go in, I know it's a problem, you know what I mean? I think we're just both very, very confident in our skill set and in the talents that God gave us, that it's just like, we're not surprised if we hit 2, 3, 4 threes in a row.
Some great genes in the FisherDavis family. Now, both Matthew and Jamie currently leading their teams in threes this season. Matthew's also second in the SEC in three-point field goal percentage. Let's send it to the boys.
Hey, look who's here. It's old Captain in Fuego himself, Rhett McGibbon. Rhett, thanks for stopping by.
My pleasure.
We appreciate it. Warm, hot, and Fuego, the best three athletic performances over the past week. We begin with warm.
Warm. It's going to a coach this week, Kelly Nangle, women's lacrosse. The recruiting job that her and her staff did, just absolutely phenomenal this past weekend against Virginia Tech. Get a load of this. 3 of the 4 players that scored, Matt, freshmen.
Impressive.
Talking about a good class coming in blows my mind. There's been a culture change over the last couple years, and I think in a couple years' time, this team's going to be dynamite. I think this year they're a sleeper in the Big South, but that's just me. I wonder if they're going to be like Dot Richardson's group. Because everybody's saying, hey, they're, down kind of in the middle of the conference, but I wonder if they just don't know what they have brought in. Like, I really just wonder if they don't know the talent that this team brought in, and they may surprise people and be first. Listen to this. Kayla Foster, 1 goal, 2 assists. Hannah Pridemore, 1 goal. She had 5 shots directed towards the net. Brianna McCaffrey, what a great name. She had a goal as well. And you can't leave out the first-year goaltender, quick as a cat, Catherine Widrick. She only allowed 7 goals, which in lacrosse, women's lacrosse, is A-OK. She did a great job, made 10 saves.
Can't wait to see as this season progresses, and we see them here at home down the line as well. That's going to be exciting. All right, moving on now from warm to hot.
Hot. Alexia Taylor, women's softball. This young lady played third base a lot last season, wasn't even in her natural position. This year she is. She had a great opening week. Hit in 6 straight games, the first freshman to do that, our first, I think, player to do that since 2012. She had 2 doubles. She also had 6 runs scored. I think what's most impressive, though, you get those offensive catchers. This young lady caught a no-hitter as well, so she knows how to call a game from the back end. She just great. You got to be impressed with the fact that so much youth coming in, kind of same lines as women's lacrosse. They're just young. They're exciting. They're fun to watch, and in a couple of years, you're just going to roll people.
With youth, you're going to have that energy. Day in, day out, the enthusiasm's going to be there. They're going to bring it. They played well early on in the season. You had some tough competition.
Oh, they sure did.
And she certainly helped lead the way. And finally now, we give you a little in Fuego.
That's right.
Who you got?
Well, if you guys remember a couple weeks ago, I said AC Reed could be the key to the men's basketball team. Just being able to be consistent. This last game, he was key. First half, he went 3 for 6 from 3. Second half, 3 for 3. The big thing to me was he scored 11 points in the first half, and he didn't disappear second half. He came up with 9 points. They won by 1 point, as I'm sure we've mentioned. So it's just, he has got to be great, and he's got to be good and consistent for this team to be, just the team that we know they can be when it comes to Big South tournament time. I'm starting to see you're seeing this game turn around a little bit, be consistent. It's going to be good.
No one reminds you of things he was right about better than Rhett McGibbon.
That's right.
You always do that for us. We appreciate it. And the bench has been huge for the Flames during this current win streak. Rhett, thanks so much as always. We appreciate it. Britton, back over to you.
Still to come, a huge honor for one feathered friend and a rim-rattling dunk you'll have to see to believe. That's all coming up next.
Hi, this is David, and I'm here at the Jerry Falwell Library to tell you that life is all about choices. Now, before you start to think that this is another boring public service announcement, consider this. We can help you turn this into this. But how, you might ask? Check it out.
You can come in person to get help on a variety of topics from our customer service center. This one-stop shop will help you pick out exactly the type of help you need. And don't worry if you're an online student and can't come see us in person. Our librarians and staff can process your requests for research help over the phone. We also know you might prefer to send us an email. Our team of librarians and research specialists are available to help you find the right approach in researching your topic. Sometimes you have those short and concise questions that really don't warrant a phone call, email, or a trip to the library. We have quick answers waiting for you through our chat service, which can be found on our library website. Speaking of the website, we created research guides, which can direct you to specific help in your discipline. Here you will find the best resources for your particular subject area.
You see, here at the Jerry Falwell Library, we know what you want, choices. So when you need help with your research, give us a call, email us, check out our research guides, chat with us, or just come see us.
And remember, research smart, study smart, be smart.
Hey, thanks for sticking with us. If you have small children like myself, you're quite aware that when you take them to a sporting event, it's likely they won't be watching the game at all, but rather their attention will be drawn to the mascot. Well, Liberty University's mascot has been garnering plenty of attention lately from more than just small children. Sparky's been named the co-national champion at the UCA College National Mascot Competition. He finished in a tie with UD from the University of Delaware. The participants were each judged on a 1-minute skit. This was the first time Sparky had ever participated in the competition, which of course makes his title that much more impressive.
And speaking of impressive, the LU sword dunk team with this shot.
Gotta wait for it now. It's worth the wait. It's coming. Here it comes between the legs. Oh!
Oh my gosh.
Shattering.
You can do that, right?
Well, I have done some work with them before. I did go between the legs and dunk one time, not to brag, but I did not break. I did not break the backboard. So
what an athlete over here.
Perhaps my next attempt, I will go to shatter the backboard. A lot of fun that made Sports Center top 10 as well. Well, we are out of time. She's Britton. I'm Matt. Thanks so much for watching. Hit us up on social media and the website. We'll see you right back here next time.